Hello, and welcome back to Finishing Strong. I'm super excited to talk to you today about some soul searching that I've done. And a lot of times when we talk on Finishing Strong, I have like a specific topic that a lot of people have been, asking me about, and questions that we have been kind of pondering ourselves. But today, I just want to take my time and really dive into something that is a little bit more transparent, than what you would probably hear most people talk about. So I started listening to a book last week by the author Michael Beckwith. And in his book, it was life visioning, like to vision out your life. And I thought, how cool is this book to listen to, because I want to make sure that I have my vision solid for my life. But little did I know that shortly into the book, he was going to talk about something that slammed straight home to me and made me start digging in my life to see what was it that was the barrier that I created in my life for me to see total success or total fulfillment that I've been searching for. And one of his subjects in the book was victimhood. And I thought, I'm not a victim. I've overcome a lot. I'm an overcomer. How dare myself even think of myself as a victim? And I took my ego away from the thought that I wasn't a victim, and I started paying attention to what I see in my life. Do I see lack? Yes. Do I see hindrance? Yes. Do I see frustration? Yes. Somewhere there's a barrier that I've built. So where have I decided that was okay? Or when did I decide that was okay? So when I listened more and I stopped the book and I just started really pondering my life and my thoughts and what was it that was that barrier that I created? Well, I'm a single mother. And I realized that the barrier that I created was the victim of being a single mother. I've never desired to be a parent by myself. I didn't set out to be married and then divorced, and then married and then divorced, and then have children on my own. So how did I not only end up here, but what keeps me in that realm? Because I have an amazing career. I have an awesome platform. I have my book. I have things that would make people on the surface say, oh, that's a successful life. But what makes me feel like that I haven't reached that level of, fulfillment is because I have boxed myself into this place of victimhood as a single parent. Now, this conversation, although I'm coming from the space of a single parent, I want to talk to a person that is a single mom, single dad, because we have some amazing dads that have stepped up to the plate and take care of their children, but they are single, taking care of their children. But let's go a step further from there. Let's say for your health. It could be any reason or anything that you see a barrier placed in your life. You have to find where you have been creating that barrier where, in a sense, you are the victim. So let me go back to myself. This is what I created for myself. When I thought of a single parent, or whenever anyone thinks of a single parent, they never think of affluent, happy, abundant, prosperous. They think of lack. They think of not enough. They think of frustration. They think of just a tired parent that is stretched to the max. So then now what do you do with that? How do you create that space that's going to help you to move past that barrier and say it's okay? When someone says, you hear in the news or you hear, a success story of someone and he was raised by a single parent. When you think of the word or you hear that phrase, single parent, you don't think of the lady or the father that's living in this huge house with the 3-car garage and a circular driveway. You think of a parent that is in maybe a smaller home or an apartment and, working a ton of hours and the kids barely see their parents. You think of a distressed life, or at least I did. So because that was the area that I created for the meaning of a single parent, is where I created that barrier in my life. So it doesn't matter how much money I make. It doesn't matter how awesome my business is. It doesn't matter how great my book is going. I have already created this barrier where I will not see the success that doesn't even make sense. I should see some success. And so when I started questioning why I didn't, because I have a belief system built in my subconscious to say, when lack shows up, that makes sense because I'm a single mother. When frustration shows up, oh, that makes sense because I'm a single mother. When I am behind on anything or just worn out, oh, that makes sense because I'm a single mother. So now I had to do the work and reprogramming my mind, my subconscious mind, and understanding what is a single parent. Because a single parent isn't one that is of lack, and it isn't one that is frustrated and worn out. A single parent is exactly what I define it to be, what shows up in my life. So when I think of dating, this is how I knew it was a barrier that I created in my life. When I think of dating, the first thing that comes to my mind is, well, he has to know I have children, single mind mentality. When it comes to my finances and I don't have enough, well, because I'm a single parent and I'm doing everything by myself. So every barrier in my life goes right back to this place that I have created, that victimhood. So if it's anything in your life that you want to progress in, you want to do, you want to move forward in, and the first thought that comes to your mind that has a feeling attached to it that makes you shrink back, typically that's where you have created that barrier of a victim of any area. If it's sickness, well, I'm not going to be able to date anybody because he may not want to date me because of my illness, or she may not want to date me because of my illness. You have created a barrier as a victim behind your illness. Well, I don't have a job right now, and I don't think anybody's going to think that I'm valuable because I don't have a job. Well, you have created a barrier behind your lack of employment. None of these things, health, wealth, employment, children, single parent, married with children, none of those things define who you are. So with me defining myself as a single parent, I defined myself based on my understanding or my perception of a single parent. I based it on what I believed a single parent was, and I fenced myself in from anything that's productive, anything that's worthy of having your head up high, your chest up high. I am a parent. That's it. I am a parent of 3 amazing children. I am well able to be the financial breadwinner for my family, the emotional encourager for my family, the mental inspirer for my family. I am well able to stand in this position for my family with the strength to say, this is who I am. But when I dug a little bit deeper into this whole subject of victimhood, I thought, so around victimhood, what is the one thing of being a single parent that makes me feel like I want to pull my hair out, run away, or go in the corner and cry because, oh my God, I'm a single parent. Woe is me, I'm the victim. It's the word responsibility. When I think about my responsibility, that's where I want to just scream. I'm responsible for getting the kids off to school. I'm responsible for when they get sick. I'm responsible, but when they get sick, I have to stay home and keep them by myself. I'm responsible that when they start growing out of their clothes, I have to go buy them clothes. I'm responsible. That is such a drain, or is it? Not when you think of responsibility, something completely different. And it blew my mind when this came up. When you think of responsibility, turn the word around. That means you are able to respond. Responsibility, ability to respond. Now let's break that down. When I have the ability to do anything, that means I have power. That means I have strength. That means I have confidence. That means I can do it. I am well able to do what? Respond to my finances, to my children, to my whatever. I am well able to respond. So instead of me looking at responsibility as something to shrink back and something to frustrate me, something to take my feelings and my emotions to a place that is not productive, and I turn it around and I look at whatever the issue is that's in front of me and say, I am able to respond. It changes the energy of whatever it is that I need to do. It changes the feeling of whatever it is that I need to do. So my daughter is sick. And as a matter of fact, right now, my daughter was in a car accident, so a lot of the responsibility of her health is completely on me. Tomorrow morning, we will be going to physical therapy. I am well able to take my daughter to her physical therapy session. Not begrudgingly, not like, oh my God, I have to do this all by myself. I'm taking the ability and I'm putting it in my hand as power. Single parent, you got this. Your health is questionable, you got this. Your finances are questionable, you got this, because you are able to respond. No more victimhood for us. Find out where that target is. Find out where, whenever you shriek back and have that thought in your mind that I can't, or I'm not able to, or they won't like me, because this is where you created that barrier, and this is the time to clean it out. So when you clean out that barrier, you clean it out with, I am able to respond to anything. So repeat after me. I am well able to respond to life. And when I respond to life, I show up with power. I show up with grace. And I show up with love. I am well protected because I'm well able to respond. Now believe it and know it.